What's happening, Tribe TV? Let some people fall through in the chat. Been a long day. Hopefully everybody had a cool day. We're gonna talk about how moving loose can cost you. Moving loose can get you indicted. Moving loose, you can lose your crib. Moving loose can get you arrested. Moving loose, I have he said, she said, all type of stuff going on. So we got to really tighten up and try not to move so loose out here, just through life in general. Some of us is moving in circles, knowing damn well we shouldn't even be moving in them or affiliating ourselves with certain circles that we shouldn't even be affiliating ourselves with for real. One thing, if you follow my campaign, you don't see me moving loose. I try not to. Because truth be told, I'm still in the field too. And people think because you get older, you ain't in the field. What I mean by in the field don't mean looking for somebody, meaning like we all in the field if you think about it. You know, going to work is a risk. Going to the mall is a risk. Going to the theater is a risk. Public shit is just a risk, period. Hell, it's just a risk sitting in your crib because a bullet can fly through or a motherfucker might want to burglarize your shit. So we definitely got to cut down on being so loose. You know what I mean? Like a lot of us, like I said, we got circles we're associating with that we shouldn't even be associating with. You know what I mean? Like we got to really cut back and cut down. You know, there's nothing wrong with being by yourself. Well, you think you by yourself. You know what I mean? But you're really not by yourself. You know what I mean? For those that believe in God, you know you're not really by yourself. But a lot of us be moving loose as hell. I'm talking about shaking ass in the streets, dropping lows, all type of shit, showing your background. You know what I mean? And this go for male or female. And this ain't nothing I'm going through. We're just talking about how, you know, people be moving loose, shaking ass in the streets, basically. You know what I mean? It ain't just for no females. We talking about niggas who go live at the barber shop. You got to go live on aisle 6. You got to go live. You just got to go live everywhere you at. And then when somebody blow down on you, and you know what I mean, turn your motherfucking water off. Now everybody want to be RIP and your mom down at the news on the podium talking about you was a good person and they showing pictures when you was in 3rd grade because they ain't gonna show pictures when you was holding your 30 and talking about you gonna blow down on a nigga. They gonna show the most innocent picture ever. You know what I mean? Not realizing that you brought that shit on yourself because you moving loose as hell out here. You shaking ass in the streets for real. If you follow my campaign, I don't be moving loose. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, I got people I associate with, shit like that. And then the people who I knew for years as family, but I don't just be moving loose as hell. You know what I mean? Like, you just out here just, you know, you got people who just friendly as hell. They cool with everybody. It's like, you can't be cool with everybody, bro. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers talking about they networking. That ain't networking, that's dick ride. That's what that is. You cool with everybody. Like, it's like no way in fuck somebody could just be, oh, I'm just cool with everybody. Like, oh, okay. You cool with everybody. Like, there's no way somebody could just be cool with everybody. You know what I mean? So it's like certain people you just got to just say, you know what, you cool with everybody, I'm gonna fall back from you. You know what I mean? And it's, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like I say, we think we by ourselves, we really not by ourselves. Think about it like this. Times you might have just left out a store and somebody might have got shot at that motherfucker 2 days later or some shit. And you say to yourself, damn, I was just there. That's crazy. You know what I mean? A lot of us don't even realize God be like redirecting shit, traffic for us to save us and shit. You know what I mean? That's why when you see shit on the news, you tell yourself like, damn, I was just there a week ago. You know what I mean? But a lot of people do bring stuff on themselves. My nigga Jimmy D25, he said, hi. He said, I like your beanie. Yeah, it's tribe culture. I told y'all, you want a hat like this? Tribe always got merch. And hit my DM G Rio Benji, and the first one on me. You know what I mean? Like I say, all you got to do is to hit that DM. Cooking ass, cooking baby. Cooking asthma. Hey, how's your day? Hey, how's yours? I'm chilling.
I love you.
I love you too. I'm gonna talk to you when I get off live. Okay. I can't complain. My day good. Hopefully your day good. We're just talking about moving loose in life, not just in the streets. You know what I mean? How everywhere is dangerous now. You know what I mean? I remember many moons back, your people would tell you, they'll be like, don't go here, don't go there. I don't want you over here. I don't want you at that store. Don't go to this mall. Now, they slinging on everywhere now. It don't even matter now. We all in the field, even if you don't want to be. Whether you talking about you Christian or Muslim or whatever, you know what I mean? You in the field. You might not realize it. You think just because you go to work, you're a tax-paying citizen, and you like, I ain't a part of no activity. Yeah, you right, you not. But indirectly, you is. Because of me and you in Foot Locker, and it's another set of niggas in there, then another set come in there and they got an issue. Niggas is pulling this shit out. You know what I mean? Anyone, one law you could change, what would it be? What would it be? It would be Jimmy D25. I appreciate you, dog. You said your daughter sounds so sweet. That's why you my nigga, Jimmy D25. Make sure you set your notification. You a real one. Arjun or Barrio, that's crazy. They call me Rio. We might be related. He said, what would, if I could change one law, what would it be? It'll be, here, ask mama to fix it. It'll be, what law will I change? It'll be, yeah. It'll be a law where everybody could carry guns, because now we living in a time now where everybody got to carry a gun, dog. You know what I mean? Because we got lunatics worldwide, all over the world, and me and you, we all watch them daily on YouTube, who don't want to work for it, grind for it. They want to take, they want to shoot, kill kids, innocent bystanders getting hit. Jimmy D25, I subscribe. You my nigga for life. Make sure you set that notification, because you said some real shit with my daughter. And then, remember, hit my shit at G Rio Benji, Facebook, G Rio Benji, Instagram. If you send your low, I'll send you some merch. But I definitely would change, even if you have caught a felony, long as it wasn't like previous, like I'll say, like it should be to where, long as you ain't get in trouble from 5 to 10 years, you should be allowed to carry, because they're not thinking about the people who changed their life, who don't want no problems. They just want to just chill. And even if you don't smoke or you don't drink, they just want to live life. You know what I mean? But nah, it's hard to live life when you got a bunch of loose ass niggas, what I just said, shaking ass, don't want to work for it. They want to stalk innocent people coming out their job and then rob you. You know what I mean? So it's like, we all, as just normal people, got to stop moving loose now. Now when you coming out of Walmart and all that shit, you got to be scanning that parking lot. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just be looking at the receipt like, pop, pop, pop. You know, oh, what did I do? Nah, it ain't no what did I do. You should have been on your shit. You know what I mean? When you coming out of Subway, Goodwill, Salvation Army, I don't give a fuck where you coming from. Um, be on your shit. Don't be loose. You know what I mean? It's no such thing as I was just minding my business no more in life. That shit is over with now. If you don't believe me, go and watch YouTube and just type in shit. You see crazy stuff happening all over. You know what I mean? And you know at Tribe TV, we're gonna keep it real. You know what I mean? We're gonna talk about stuff that people ain't that scared to talk about. You know what I mean? You could you could go anywhere and you would be good. You go. Oh, okay, Jimmy D. Where would I go? I wouldn't go nowhere outside America right now because, and I done been everywhere. You know what I mean? Like I say, just tap in with my campaign. I get around. I've been doing this many moons, but I wouldn't go nowhere outside of America because right now, shit is too unpredictable. You know what I mean? At any moment, we can go to war. You know what I mean? So I don't want to be in Dubai trying to stunt for the gram and then some shit hit the fan and now they talking about no American could leave, or I'm in Africa or somewhere and they talking about no American could leave. Like, no. Mm-mm. Nah, I'm not. No. I'd rather stay within America. You know what I mean? All states in America. That way, if I'm from New Jack City and something happened in New Orleans, you know what I mean? You know, I can tough it out in America, but I don't want to ever be nowhere where I'm not from, and they be on some shit like, we're okay, you American, you ain't going nowhere. So I would stay within the states of America. I wouldn't go to nowhere else. Remember, go to my YouTube post, hit that like button, comment, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think about the merch. We also do mental health. You know what I mean? We always want to make sure people mental health is somewhat straight. You know what I mean? We do the best we can. You know what I mean? If I could put a smile on the face, you know what I mean? I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? Like I say, mental health is very serious. You know what I mean? Like I say, I'm not a superhero, but you know what I mean? If you really real, I'm gonna do what I can for you. And there's not for no internet. Like I say, if you just go to G Rio, or even go to Milk Ochoa, these is Facebooks or Instagram, or just see people who know me, they'll tell you I'm certified. You know what I mean? Ain't no capping. You know what I mean? Over here we show love, we don't cap. You know what I mean? So even if you cold, you know what I mean, and you send me your low, I'll send you a tribe hoodie. You know what I mean? Shit, maybe fucking Apple pay you a cash app you $25, $30 or something. Cause you gotta be careful. You can't just jump out there and send a motherfucker $100, $200. Cause nowadays people, you know what I mean, you don't know who is who. I gotta see a face. Jimmy D25 said, "What was your dream when you were a kid?" I'm gonna be real with you, Jimmy. The person who I am now, I wasn't when I was a kid. Meaning, like, when I was a kid, I had dreams of being, put it this way, I'm gonna say this. When I was 10 years old, my birthday wish was a truckload of drugs. You know what I mean? I started hustling at 10. My mama and my dad could verify this shit. Fuck the streets. We don't care about getting verification from the streets. You know what I mean? I started out raking yards at 10. I don't know, one day I just woke up and said, I ain't finna wait on my mama to buy me some shit because I really wanted things. And then as the more you hustle from that, you eventually, other things come about and then it go from there. But now I'm not that kid anymore, as you can see. Um, Now I'm pushing my brand. You know what I mean? I'm into the labor field. You know what I mean? I love outside work. Matter of fact, if you go check out Florida State Stadium, um, I had something to do with putting them seats in. And you know me, I always got pics and videos of anything I say, so you know we don't cap over here. But like I say, go to my YouTube post. You know what I mean? I got merch. Go to my YouTube shorts, check out my merch. But let's get back to what we was talking about, how we got to start moving loose out here. You gotta have a taser, pocket knife, something. Because like I say, there's no such thing as I'm not involved. When we all at Foot Locker, in the mall, we all ain't involved. But if you notice, the people who get killed are the people who not involved, not the people who are involved. You know what I mean? So we all damn near got to be military minded out here as far as on when you moving and driving and you at the light because nowadays niggas don't want to grind for nothing, they don't want to work for nothing, they don't want to put in no work. And I ain't meaning slinging that iron work. I mean it like lace your boots up work, nigga. You supposed to be on somebody's clock. You know what I mean? So we all gotta just really make sure we on our P's and Q's. You coming out of Subway, you should already before you walking out be moving and grooving and on your shit. You know what I mean? And even when you get in the car, play your mirrors. You know what I mean? I know it's like, damn, I ain't trapping. Why I gotta live like that? But that's just the times we in. Cause the more and more the world go on, it don't get better. It get worse. You know what I mean? So don't let that fly over your head. You know what I mean? We got two ears and one mouth for a reason. A lot of us are just better listeners than talkers. You know what I mean? Some of us don't realize that we're better listeners than talkers, but we got two ears and one mouth for a reason. Everybody can't talk. You know what I mean? Everybody can't be no chief. Some people are just meant to be good soldiers. That don't mean that they followers. I'm just saying soldiers within life. Like, you know what I mean? Look, I'm a soldier for me and my surroundings. You feel me? Can I detonate a threat to somebody? Hell no. You know what I mean? So they like, I ain't trying to go that far, but we really got to tighten up and stop moving so loose out here. And what I call loose, shaking ass in the streets, meaning you on live, you here, you there. Now I ain't gonna lie, if you living like that, you know what I mean? And it's y'all in them waters for real, it's sharks, piranhas, and anacondas, and you know you swimming with sharks for real, and you and somebody really living like that. Then y'all taunting each other. I don't. That's between y'all. But if you normal and you don't know who got animosity or hidden motive or agenda towards you, you know what I mean? We gotta just do better, man. Everything ain't meant to be for the internet. You know how much shit I do that don't go on the internet? You know what I mean? Everything ain't for the net, for real. Like I say, for real, I leave you hello. Hey, say hi. Hey, what's up? I appreciate you tapping in. What we're talking about is we got to stop moving loose out here as far as society because nowadays motherfuckers like us is paying for other people's stupid situations. You in Subway trying to get a sincere sub and another dude in there and another person see him and they want to slang on and we just sitting there trying to get a 6 cent sub. So it's like we all got to just be alert and what I call stop shaking ass in the streets. If you in the barbershop, you in the grocery store, wherever you at, everything ain't meant to be on camera or going live. You know what I mean? And niggas do it worse than females. You know what I mean? These niggas is out of line. You know what I mean? Remember, I appreciate y'all hit that like button and subscribe. You know what I mean? And I appreciate the compliment I got from my tribe Scully. You know me, I stay with merch. You know what I mean? Check my YouTube posts. You know what I mean? It ain't just for men. I got female merch too. And it's that time, so I got Scully's, tribe masks, yeah, hoodies, yeah, tap in. New logo too. You know. But yeah, man, we got to do better out here, man. You know what I mean? We gotta stop moving loose. You know what I mean? We gotta tighten up. You know what I mean? All of that shaking ass in the streets. And we ain't talking about women. We talking about just moving loose. You know what I mean? What's your favorite type of shoes? I ain't gonna cap. My favorite type of shoes is Dior's. Like, if you go to Milk Ochoa on Facebook or G Rio, I really, or G Rio Facebook, even Trillo, you know what I mean? I'm really a designer. I had just really got off that shit for real. You know what I mean? Because, but Dior is my favorite shoes though. But it's like once I post them, and look, I'm gonna tell you some shit that anybody who know me, as far as my homeboys who know, A lot of motherfuckers be happy because they know once I post a picture with me in them, I don't even really. Either they just gonna become everyday shoes, meaning like where I don't care, I walk the dog in them or whatever, but I ain't gonna fuck with them like that, and they know that, so they'll ask for them. You know what I mean? I ain't no nigga who gonna be on live with y'all. My background is it's a bunch of shoes stacked up. Like, bro, when you been getting money for years off and on, bro, I done been rich, middle, low, broke. You feel me? You know what I mean? I'm talking about feds took my son mother to jail. She pregnant with my son. Won't let her out until I come back to the spot. You know what I mean? A lot of people fabricate shit. You know what I mean? I don't got to fabricate nothing. I've been getting money a long. So I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. You know what I mean? But we move forward. You know, I'm a air. All right. I'm gonna check them out. Yeah, I'm really big on. I don't really care for them no more. Like right now, I'm gonna tell you some shoes that I'm looking to get. I noticed in Philly, they be on that New Balance. I never ever used to mess with New Balances. And then one day I came across some raw pink ones. I ain't gonna cap. And I'm finna cop them. And when they come through, I'm gonna damn sure show y'all what I'm talking about. But New Balance, I'm gonna give them a try. I'm a Puma, and I don't even like Jordans, but that's crazy. I buy my son Jordans. Ain't that crazy? You know what I mean? Like, and then I ain't gonna lie, I got a pair of Jordans, but I don't respect them or nothing like that. But I really like Pumas. I have a pair. I ain't really been fucking with Air Force Ones like that, but I have a pair or whatever. And I did a pair of Air Max before. If you go to my look Coastic, all that shit, I do it all in between. I ain't gonna lie, I do everything. If you just go to my YouTube, I mean go to my Facebook, G Rio Benji and Milko Choa, both of my pages, and just in general, you'll see. You know what I mean? Nike cool. I don't really rock Nike like that, but they're cool. But check this out though. We all gotta make sure we up out there, stop moving loose as hell. And if you're going live, that means you really living like that, and you handling you like I say, you swimming in that water with sharks for real, and you dropping your nuts, and you letting it be known, look, nigga, I'm on 148th, nigga, right now, nigga. That you know what I mean? That okay. I ain't we ain't got nothing to do with that part. But for you normal people who I'm just living life, do, pop, pop, pop with a pistol getting across the head. You know what I mean? And you just saying, I was minding my business. He got that thing at you. He was minding his business too by scoping your ass out. You being gullible as hell, trying to all of that, and voila. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Don't go out like that dude in Chicago just did. What they call that dude, Tug something, who was going live in the whip and all that, and young niggas pulled up on him and asked for his chain. First they asked him, was it real? He said, yeah. Then they came back, asked for him. He told them no. And this real shit. And they blew his ass down in the car. You know what I mean? And you know why? Because he was moving loose as hell, going live from the same spot and all of that. You know what I mean? Me and my homie, me and him, we both from the South. He been living in LA for 10 years or so. And we was having a debate about who more dangerous, LA or Chicago. See, he feel LA more dangerous because he live over there. In my mind, I told him, because Chicago, Milwaukee, Detroit is cousins to Ohio. Like we all PA, all that shit. Like we all around here. You feel me? We all basically share the same lifestyle, similar. And I'm telling him how it go down in Iraq. And he like, I said, one thing about the Iraq you gotta say is this. A nigga be gone in 24 hours, dog. I'm not saying they not slinging no iron in LA or nothing like that, trust me. But in LA, you still hear some dudes capable to say, I want to fade. In Iraq, niggas is not fading. And if a punch do go off, it's shots firing right behind it. There ain't no taking no fades and high-fiving it or whatever, and y'all go y'all separate ways. You know what I mean? So I told him, technically, to me, I feel Chicago more dangerous than LA. And I'm talking about, it was like a politic back and forth about that shit as far as politics is like Democrat, Republican, because he really feel, because he live over there and he going by things that go down since he's been living over there that it's more dangerous. And it's like, nah, my nigga, nah. The is big, but it ain't big, bro. You know what I mean? And niggas is fuck saying they ain't going to school or nothing. They sliding. That nigga Lil Jeff is a perfect example of that. You know what I mean? Bloodhound Lil Jeff, he a perfect example of niggas saying fuck school and they slide. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, we all got to stop moving loose. There's no such thing as I'm just a civilian. You know what I mean? Bullets don't care about civilians. You know what I mean? So um, let's tighten up. You know what I mean? And stop shaking ass, meaning I ain't talking about no woman. Let's tighten up and get it together. You know what I mean? And like I say, hit that like button. You know what I mean? Go to my YouTube, set that notification. You know what I mean? I know I always tell y'all interview coming soon. You know what I mean? So stay tapped in, hold it down. Tribe TV, love.